Aloha, guys! Sorry for the delay on this one. I've been sick for the past few days with the flu, but I'm starting to feel a little human again, which is great. So, anyway, let's get started, because I've been wanting to show you this dish. Alright, Loco Moco. It's a Hawaiian dish. And wait until you see what's in it, because it's actually pretty cool. So the first thing we're going to do is make a gravy. I'm going to take some beef stock, some soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, a little bit of ketchup, some cornstarch, and that's going to help thicken this up. I'm going to take a small whisk and just mix this up until everything's combined, and as you can see, I'm putting this in a separate measuring cup. And the reason why is because once I pour this in with my other ingredients that I'm going to cook first, it'll help make this a proper gravy without making a roux first. Alright, so in a separate medium saucepan, I'm going to melt some unsalted butter, and I'm going to add a whole yellow onion, and then I'm going to add my mushrooms. These are white button mushrooms, but you can use any type of mushrooms you'd like. And I'm going to cook this over medium heat for about 10 minutes until everything is completely cooked through. And then after that, I'm going to kind of spread my vegetables a little bit in the pan, and then I'm going to add my liquid. And I'm going to add all of this in there, and be sure that as soon as you pour it in, just start stirring with your spoon or whisk, whatever you feel like using. I recommend using a spoon instead of a whisk because of your mushrooms and onions that are in there. And as you can see, this thickened up very quickly. It actually just took a few minutes, so be sure to constantly stir. Also, salt and pepper, be sure to taste, because you will need salt and pepper. And with that, our gravy is done, so now we can move on to the next thing, which is ground beef. I'm using ground chuck. This is 80% lean, 20% fat. This is the same kind of meat that I would use for a hamburger, because guess what? We're making hamburgers. That's the next thing that goes on here. And I'm going to actually fire up my dad's grill, and I'm going to actually cook some burger patties. I shape the patties myself in the kitchen. This is about 4 to 6 ounces per patty. And I put a little indent in the middle so that it would cook a lot easier. And here we are outside. I have my grill up to medium high, and I'm just going to slap them on there, and I'm just going to top them with some salt and pepper. And it's a little too much salt. I kind of went a little excessive here. I'm also going to add some garlic powder. Way too much garlic powder. Take it easy when you flip it over, because after about 3 or 4 minutes, I'm going to flip them over, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And these kind of gave me a hard time. I think the reason why is because I had my camera right in front of the grill, and I kind of misjudged everything, and yeah, I was a complete mess. Just to let you know, when I filmed this, I wasn't sick yet, so I didn't have an excuse. But in the end, this actually ended up cooking pretty well. I know that it looks like a hot mess right now, I'm not gonna lie. Be sure to check the temperature with a thermometer. As long as it's over 165 degrees Fahrenheit, you're good to go. And thankfully we're over 165 degrees Fahrenheit, which means we can move on to the rice. You want to use white rice for this dish because that's what's traditionally used. I'm using instant white rice. This only takes about 5 minutes to make. And also, if you check the ingredients, it does tell you to add a little bit of butter and salt for some pizzazz. And yeah, you want that because this ended up being really delicious and added another level of flavor to this dish. And those of you that are familiar with this dish are probably waiting for the final ingredient, and that is a fried egg on top. I'm using olive oil for the eggs because I've already used so much butter in the rest of the dish that I might as well use olive oil. Plus, if you've never used olive oil for eggs before, I recommend it. It's actually pretty good. But if you want to stick with butter, go with butter. Alright, so I'm going to let this cook for a few minutes until the eggs are completely cooked through. I'm not going to flip them. I'm going to keep them sunny side up, and I'm just going to top them with some salt and pepper and put that to the side. And then I'm also going to chop up some green onion because this will not be Loco Moco without green onion. And once your green onions are chopped up very nicely, it's time to assemble our dish. In a serving bowl, I'm going to put in my first layer, which is going to be the white rice. And then I'm going to top it with my hamburger patty. And then after that, I'm going to put a generous amount of my gravy on top. Again, be very generous with this. About 60% of this dish is gravy. And then I'm going to top it with my fried egg. And last but not least, I'm going to top it with my green onion. But first, this is looking a little wonky, so let me just turn that around so that you can see the egg yolk and just fix that. That is looking great. All right, cool. Now time for the, okay, whoop, yep, all right. Green onion, there we go, finally. And then also for the video, I want a nice runny egg. I mean, you want a nice runny egg anyway for this dish. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. It's like a little egg waterfall. Perfect. Anyway, as beautiful as this is, enough talk, let's eat. We're gonna have to fork and knife this one because as you can see, there's a lot going on here. This is a very busy looking dish, but also very simple. And that is delicious. This is truly a great dish. I'm very happy that I know it exists, and I'm very happy that I get to share it with you guys so that now you know what it is. Everything is just fantastic. I think the gravy is probably the most important part of this, but that rice with the butter and the salt, oh my gosh, that's so good. The seasonings on the burger are actually very good. I thought I used too much, but nope, it's perfect. Again, the gravy with the mushrooms and the onions, everything is just seasoned to perfection, and I think Just the crowning achievement here is that egg on top. Whoever came up with this, great job. You did a wonderful thing because this truly is one of the best dishes out there. And the green onion, it's not just there for color, it's there for flavor too. So guys, please make this. You got to. Your family will be so impressed. Alright guys, I hope you all enjoyed this one. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.